Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 28th Rome Total War Brotherhood battle that I've put onto YouTube. This is a Rome Total War 2 battle. As you can see here, this is where we save all our battle replays on Rome Total War 2. And you see, as you click on each battle, it shows you who was in the battle and what faction they've actually bought. So it's quite easy to see, and very often with my games I name them after Brotherhood members so I actually know who's in the game. Today we're going to play this game, replay this battle for you, and this is where Brotherhood member Legion 104, who has bought the Epirus faction, and myself, who has bought the Macedon faction, are playing two Rome Total War 2 players. One is called Bear Grylls, the other one is Peace Trooper. And they have bought the new Seleucid faction, or Seleucid faction. This Seleucid faction only came onto RTW2 on Friday, so it's a brand new faction to RTW2. So this should be an interesting battle for you to watch, seeing this brand new faction fighting in the battle, just to see their strengths and weaknesses maybe. So the two Seleucid factions there against Epirus and Macedon.
My courage was forged in the fire of war. Some say
At this stage of the battle, I'm going to pause the game so that we can have a look at the Seleucid army here. As you can see here, they've got really tough armoured elephants, and the specifications on these elephants are extremely high. And of course, if you couple that with good upgrades, these elephants will be a very tough force to try and stop. As you can see there, they've got archers actually sat up in the turrets, if you like, on top the elephant. So not only have they got devastating attack, but they've got archer fire too. There's their pikemen there. We'll see how tough they are in this battle. Be interesting to see. I see this player has bought javelin throwers. Now these javelin throwers have not got a lot of range, but they've got a lot of damage power they can do. And here we have the mighty Hellenic Cataphract Cavalry. These are the Seleucid's most heavy cavalry, and these guys are really tough. The specifications on them are extremely high, and couple that with upgrades, and these guys are going to take a hell of a lot of stopping. These cavalry are really tough. So that's just a quick look at the new Seleucid army there, and it should be quite an interesting battle.
I desire victory above all else.
Here you can see my Macedon army there with my foot companions, pikemen. They're pretty tough, and I've decided to bring some slingers this game instead of archers, just to give them a go, see how good they are. And there's the my Macedon cavalry there as well. They're pretty tough too, but obviously not as tough as the Seleucid heavy cataphracts. And my teammate is Brotherhood member Legion 104, who has bought the Epirus faction with their reliable pikemen there, as you can see. And he's actually bought some elephants. Now these elephants are mercenary elephants, and as you see, they're not really armoured. So these elephants are nothing really like the massive armoured elephants of the Seleucid army there. So this looks like a pretty good battle. At this stage of the battle, you can see that the enemy Seleucid cavalry and elephants have moved out to the right of our armies there, and I've turned my my infantry and army to actually face that threat, because seeing how tough those cavalry and elephants are, we need to face that. And also, if you notice, on our left flank, they've actually moved their heavy cavalry out there as well, so they're kind of moving around the flanks here, ready to attack. And I should imagine once their infantry get close and they start to engage with our pikemen, they'll be charging those heavy cavalry and elephants in behind us if they can. At this stage of the battle, you can see on our right flank the heavy cataphract Seleucid cavalry and the heavy armoured elephants are starting to attack us on the right here. You see they're moving in. Now, so far in this game I have never fought elephants with cavalry, so I'm not sure how they're going to react. So for an experiment I'm going to charge my cavalry into the elephants and see exactly what happens. Probably it'd be a bad move, but this game's all about experimenting at the moment. Anyway, you can see a close-up there of the elephants and the cavalry fighting there. What I'm going to try and do in this game, as the Seleucid faction is new, I'm going to try and show some more close-up of the fighting here, so you can actually see the movement and the damage that these units can do. You see those elephants are pretty tough there. I know they've got good upgrades and their armour's really protecting them. As you see, we haven't killed any of them yet. As you can see, Legion 104 and myself have formed, like, if you like, a bit of a circle or a square there with our pikemen to try and protect against the massive cavalry and elephant hits that we're expecting. As you can see there, one of the cavalry units has charged straight in there into Legion, one of Legion's slinger units there. I've managed to move one of my spear units over there to counter that particular cavalry unit coming in there. So this is, I think this is going to be a pretty close game, this is, because the power of those cataphract cavalry and those elephants are really going to tell in this battle, I think. As you can see there, the elephants and the cavalry are still fighting, and I don't think any of my cavalry have killed a single elephant yet, and yet I think I've lost quite a few cavalry at the moment. So there, that's an experiment that we've all seen there. As you can see, we're being attacked on a lot of different fronts at the moment, and our pikemen are managing to hold in most places, but they seem, as you can see here, one of my Mastodon cavalry is starting to rout under the pressure of those elephants. As you can see, looking at the whole battle picture here, you can see we are being attacked from all sides there. At this stage of the battle, I've moved some of my pikemen over to try and help with the elephants. As you can see, the Seleucid cataphracts have just charged in a cavalry unit there into the side of my pikemen and cavalry there. But those elephants are still fighting very strongly. Plus, they've got the help of those very strong cataphracts helping them as well now. So that's tying up a lot of my units at the moment. That's that elephant unit and the cataphract cavalry. There's a lot of my units being tied up there. There is one elephant just gone down there. As you can see, there's an archer on top the armoured elephant, just firing arrows as well at that stage. But they're still managing to hold on even against the pikemen and the cavalry as well. So that goes to show how tough those elephants are. Meanwhile, having a look at trying to catch everything on the battlefield is very difficult at the moment, and trying to show you the panoramic view of the battlefield so you can actually see where our positions are and where we're being attacked at the moment.
Never surrender.
But these Seleucid armoured elephants are extremely tough, and I would urge probably anybody that's going to bring this Seleucid faction to actually have a look at these elephants, because they have killed loads of my men and they seem really tough. And at this stage of the battle, you can see that Legion now is turning one of his pike units inwards to try and kill the elephants from coming in behind them. And as you can see, that attack there has killed the last two elephants there. So that was that's really good. We managed to get rid of those elephants, but I know that there are several more enemy elephants just waiting to come in now, fresh and well upgraded. So at the moment things are not looking very good for us at the moment. A heck of a lot of my army has been destroyed already, and I know a lot of Legion's army has been destroyed or severely weakened, and they've still got infantry units and elephant units they haven't brought in yet. They're still fresh. This is going to be a really close battle, and who is going to win, I think, I'm not really sure, because at the moment it's really in the balance, and looking at the fresh enemy units just waiting to come in on us, I would say that looking at the battle so far that Legion and myself could be losing this one. There's another charge of fresh cataract cavalry, smashed straight into the those cataphracts are extremely tough. Yeah, from what I've witnessed so far in this battle, I think the Seleucid Cavalry and Elephants are extremely tough. Their infantry just seems to be, from what I've seen, just seems to be like a normal standard infantry, nothing outstanding about them. So obviously it's the Elephants and the Cavalry that are really going to make the strength of this new faction. The thing is, in such a big battle as this, there's so much going on, it's very difficult to be able to catch everything to show you here. So I'm trying to do some close-in shots as well, so you can see the actual close hand-to-hand fighting that the units are doing, as well as trying to show you some panoramic shots as well, so you can see the whole battlefield.
By your command! Double time!
As you can see at the moment, a lot of our my allies and myself, spears, their pike units are stuck kind of in the middle, trying to hold, and the enemy are looking, as you can see, they're looking all around to see where they can charge in cavalry, etc., into a weak spot. And if you notice here on the left, you can see an elephant charge going in there now, and let's see what impact that elephant charge makes to those heavy armoured elephants. Bang, straight in there. If you see how they kill people with their tusks, these are really formidable. I think these are kind of like the tanks of the ancient world on this game. I think in RTW the Seleucid cataphracts were like the tank. We used to call them tank cavalry. But I think looking at these heavily armoured elephants here, I think it reminds me of ancient world tanks here. How they just smash in and kill units, and are so difficult to kill. We're trying to consolidate our position now. If you've noticed, we're pulling in our units to try and make it into a tight formation between us here. And as you can see, the enemy have kind of like moved out to different vantage points around us, looking for weak points where they can charge in. But both legions and my units are really weakened, severely weakened here, and I'm not sure if we're going to be able to hold here. I can still see the heavy cataphract cavalry out there. I can still see elephants, and I can still see a lot of their infantry. So this could be an extremely close game at this stage. As you can see here in the corner of our formation, if you like, you can see the enemy charging in there, trying to take advantage of a little gap they've just made. So we're going to try and hold and stop them from doing that. But if you notice, all around us you can see units of the enemy just waiting, looking for weak spots to try and force their way through. You can see some of Legion's units are routing already. This is not a very good sign for us at the moment.
Advance at speed!
I must say I do enjoy these games that are on a knife edge, you know, where they could go either way. All you need is one good charge, one good hit, or a certain good tactical movement, and the game can change as easy as anything.
Double time! Understood. Advance at speed!
I noticed the elephants moving out to our right there. If you noticed, they're looking like they're ready to, looking for a vantage point to charge in there. And here is some more elephants there. Have charged into Legion's slingers there, killing loads of them, and trying to rout this slingers unit, who's been a real nuisance to the enemy, because slingers at close range are pretty devastating. The battle's not looking good for us at the moment, not with all these cavalry and elephants that are left. At this late stage of the battle, you can see we're just about holding on at the moment. But with these really powerful cavalry charges coming into us, and the elephant hits as well, and as you can see there's elephants out there waiting to attack, things are not looking very good for Legion and myself.
Double time! At speed! Advance at speed!
And here we come in with the elephants charging into Legion's pikemen there, trying to hit them in the flank. And there you can see another powerful cataphract charge coming in behind, backed up with elephants as well. And as you can see, some of Legion's units are starting to rout now. See the power of those elephants just pushing those pikemen back. That's how powerful they are. Plus they've got the cavalry in there as well. So yes, we're lucky we've actually got pike units which are really powerful against elephants and cavalry, but as you've seen in this battle, it's been really close. And as you can see, most of them, I think I'm down to one unit. I might have one unit that's left, and Legion's units, the couple of units that he's got left, are extremely weakened. And with those elephants charging in as well, plus they've got their infantry and some cavalry in there as well, we are really on a knife edge here. Who's going to win this? If you notice now, we've got the elephants surrounded. I've brought a pike unit in from one side, and Legion's brought a pike unit in for the other, and the last elephant has actually gone down now. After killing, I don't know how many of our men. It would be interesting to see what a kill count would be of those elephants, because I would think it would be really high. And of course, if you combine an elephant and heavy cataphract attack together, I can imagine that could be quite devastating, especially against non-pike units. I would think that would cause a lot of problems there. As you see, they've got two heavy cataphract units left, and what they're doing at the moment, they're riding around trying to see a weak spot where they could hit us in the flank or the rear here. But if we can manage to keep together in a tight pike formation, in theory the cavalry shouldn't be able to get into any easy position to hit us. As you see, they've charged in there now, and our pike units are doing extremely well, bearing in mind that we've been weakened and are really under strength now fighting these cataphracts. The morale of these cataphract cavalry seems to be extremely high as well. So the cavalry and elephants in this Seleucid, the new Seleucid faction, seemed extremely tough, if any of you are thinking about trying them. And bearing in mind that both Legion and myself have had pike factions here, you've seen the difficulty we've had in managing to keep these guys at bay. And as you see there now, the dead elephant bodies are kind of acting as a barricade that we've put our pikemen behind. If you notice, when units charge in, they're kind of held up by those dead elephant bodies, which is kind of a really realistic thing as well, really, isn't it? Because in a real battle, that's what would actually happen. And there we see the last of the Seleucid units have just been routed. I'd just like to say, really well played to Bear Grylls and Peace Trooper, who bought the Seleucid faction there. As it's such a new faction, nobody knows their strengths and weaknesses, and I thought they played really well. Really well done to Brotherhood member Legion 104. I thought he controlled his pike units, cavalry and slingers really well in this battle. and it was a great battle to be in. The new Seleucid faction, I would recommend the Cavalry and Elephants. The infantry just seemed to be about normal standard, but it's definitely the Elephants and the heavy cataphract cavalry that are really good in this game. This is Spartan Commander saying I hope you enjoyed the game and see you soon. Bye bye.